finally, something you will understand. Someone wrote in the comments, I don't know you, but you must be suffering mental problems. Well, wouldn't I have to be, right? I am taking lithium. I'm not in psychosis right now. I have been. I'm at war, okay? And I expect to be reborn by St. Patrick's Day as a lean, mean comedy machine. And I'm working towards that, partly because I have athletic, toned legs and a chubby stomach. They call that central obesity. You can't look like that, not just because you look ridiculous, but because it's bad. Central obesity, ask a doctor, it's bad for you. But I think, we each have our funny little attributes, right, on the inside and the outside. And I think I was blessed, and you can ask people in Corpus about this, to suffer from gynecomastia when I was age 13, I wasn't the only kid at Cullen Middle School with it. I didn't even have the worst case of it. But it sure does something spectacular for you when you have a lot of positive attributes and then something very obviously imperfect about you. It allows you to have a very high ego without getting too prideful, because you're flawed. There's no perfect vision of you. You just have this. And, for me, it was things like light. Do I think it makes you righteous to think about light, to work on light, to discover things about light? No, but it sure makes you feel righteous, So I had a lot going for me from the moment I set foot in Corpus Christi, Texas, back in 1990. And all of that is coming full circle this Valentine's Day. What happens will kind of reshape our future, and just you knowing that something big could happen changes what the other side is going to do. Okay, we're seeing devil worship and idol worship in the state of Texas, and I can tell people from Corpus, and they're going to go, what? He wears t-shirts about feeding the homeless. He has a Christian tattoo, or a crucifix tattooed on his body. How could he be a Satan worshiper? Well, he just is. Okay, they just are. It's happening, and it's probably demonic possession or something like that. But God is going to put an end to this stuff. And I think if you listen very carefully what I want to say, and go check your Bible, you're going to realize, okay, all right, yeah, every David in God's kingdom, or here on earth who's a Christian, is King David. But this is the moon from Psalm 89, 35 through 37. Okay, that David is supposed to be like the moon. What happens in 2014 is more than just this mathematical indication of something to come. Something comes, okay? In the sky, we see the sunset exactly as the lion's moon rises above Corpus Christi Bay, okay? The entire city, largest city in Texas. We have a simultaneous sunrise, or moonrise and sunset. And there's a lot of symbolism there, because the sun is supposed to be supposed to represent Jesus. The moon is supposed to represent King David. They're existing together on the horizon. What is the horizon? It's a future just out of sight, okay? So I do think change is coming. I think it's wise for people to understand that they can search every day from before the time of Christ until the year 10,000 AD, and they're not going to see anything like this. 7 years to the day after that event, the Horizon event, 6:20 p.m. on 2/14/2024 we see the whole state of Texas freeze solid. Okay, 7 is supposed to be completion. It's telling us, hell is gonna freeze over in a 7-11 series. Okay, well, the 11th year is coming this February. Okay, and I am predicting lightning at a time when we're not supposed to see any. It only benefits me and my friends for people to perceive me as a little bit quirky, a little bit crazy, because it makes God's story a bit wider. It's just, if you can't sow doubt, you ruin faith. And it's a fine line for Jesus to walk, but we want to see revival with the perpetuation of doubt. And so you can bet that's what we're going to see. And I don't know what exactly is going to happen. I just know what we're not supposed to do. Could we see a dab of justice? What is that? DTAB, death to all born in select populations. Yeah, we could see things like that, and that's great because you can just say Jesus is doing or God is doing something for the perished in another realm, you know. But I think it's going to be much more severe than that, and the basic point is we don't contribute to what Satan's agenda obviously will become. And what is that? Idolization, okay, you know, false deities, idol worship, just Satan worship. And it sounds so straightforward, but when chaos reigns, and it very well might, people resort to this, oh, we can chip in and we'll all work together and let's solve these problems on our own. It's just, there's got to be a gas leak, or, you know, I mean, it's just in prayer. That's the way we tackle this. And that's a one-on-one thing with God. We could come together and do that, right? Just save us from ourselves. That's all we have to pray about.